sequence, right? And then you just.
Okay, so let's give it a start. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
If you can make it larger, that would be great.
Oh, okay. Let me zoom in a bit. That's a good point. Thank you. Is it better now?
Not yet, but yes, get in there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So hello and welcome to MicroProfile marketing meeting for June 21st. Please add your names in here. Amelia, can you share the link for this so that people can add their names who all are present, who are participating? So we'll go over the agenda. We have categorized the agenda into a top category, and then we have a ballpark task. So we will, if someone has anything on the ballpark task, just come up and say, and otherwise I'll just skip it. I'll start with the first one in the general category, which is me, who has taken a lead for June and July marketing called Steward. So I have created a ticket, and people are welcome to add any feedback. And it's important that you can help us improve the process so that the next one or someone new who comes in as a steward, they can get really some helpful ideas, and they can get started quickly. So anyone who can add the feedback. And I've added this red line here because I have to create a pull request for updating the wiki page, which I have been working on, and I was busy last week, so I couldn't do it, but I'll quickly do it after this call, probably this week. Yeah. So the item to discuss, did you submit your 2021 community appreciation vote for Emerson, Tatiana, and Ryan? We already have sent the Twitter message, and the deadline is June 28th. Emilia, do you want to add something to it?
Can you open the Twitter media message? And I'm going to ask in this call. John, Ed, John, you don't have to have Twitter, but you can click on the link and vote. Yep. Have any of you voted, including Cesar? Have any of you yet voted?
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yep.
How about John? We cannot hear you. And about Cesar and John?
I did not.
There we go.
I did not too.
All right. So what are we missing?
Respectfully decline to answer that question.
It's like no one has voted except for a few. Can you please recognize and thank those that stand beside you to push forward the technology now that we're finally active, right?
Yep. You don't have to have Twitter for this, so you can really just go ahead and vote.
Yes, that's it. Please vote, please support, and you have until the 28th.
Yep, deadline is 28th, so you still have time, and you all also have the link here. So if you go to the Twitter message, you'll find the link to vote here. This is a short link. So please vote and support us. So that's the next item is, so this is an item that I created. I just wanted to know user feedbacks, like what others feel about it. I know, Emilia, you already expressed your viewpoint, and I'm actually agree with that. But I just wanted to know from others as well, if they need to, in order to communicate with each other, do you need anything other than the Google Groups or Slack channel, or you prefer the Google Groups? So that's why I haven't assigned it to anyone. And if everyone is okay with Google Groups, I'll close this ticket. So you can write a comment here or on the ticket. Please comment. Okay.
I will interject here and say that last year when we created the working group in October, Kevin and a few others said that it would be nice to have a MicroProfile working group. It exists. It is under the working group page, under media, all the ways that you can communicate with microprofilers. And the group exists and the channels exist. So anyone who wishes to communicate via Slack can do so. The system is in place. Just choose your communication debt. That's it.
Sure. That makes sense. I'll update the ways to communicate here in the ticket, and we'll close this one. That's the plan for me. Okay.
Yeah,
thanks,
I
Amelia.
already registered to that Slack, and I think it's really hard to follow up discussions if there are too many options. Then threads go parallel and mix up. I'm not happy with Slack, but I think Google Groups are even worse. So
I hear you, John. I'm not joining a Slack. I have not, but I find Google and Git issues easier to manage.
I
So-
think I can go with Git issues. So if I have to communicate with, let's say, Amelia, and I don't know her email address, or maybe I don't want to include the entire group in the conversation, I can, put a ticket on GitHub and just contact her that way. So I just want to make sure that this is the way we do things in MicroProfile. So that's an official way. So if you want to contact anyone, you can just create a ticket and comment.
of course, for the official way, we have to use something like Git, because in the working group operation manual is denoted Slack and other chat systems are not accessible by everybody because of security issues and
Okay.
requirements within companies, compliance rules, etc. So Slack is only for me an additional tool. The main track should be in Git issue.
Okay.
In our case, GitHub.
Correct.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, I'll move on. If there's nothing on the general ballpark tasks, we'll go to budget. So with budget, we have Amelia. Do you want to add anything to what we have mentioned here?
So there are 2 threads. Please go and read them. Participate in the threads as you see fit. Tomorrow we have the community call. The goal is for the budget to go into a vote, hopefully this week. I believe we have an EMO response this morning on the requests, 2 different requests with different members supporting the adjustments to the presentation. And we need to discuss this tomorrow with the community. That's it, nothing to present. Thank you so much, Neha, nothing to present here. Just please check the forums that are here and participate in those forums.
So I'll mention this in the community call, if that's okay.
That's the most important. You said you wanted to know what to talk about.
Yeah.
But that's it, nothing else. Budget. We need the budget to go into the ballot, but we have a problem with the statements into the budget. So you don't have to say about the statements and the problems. You just need to copy paste this initiative, remove my name, and just say from the marketing committee, from the marketing call, this is coming as a main topic.
Sure, I'll add that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amelia. Thanks a lot. So let's discuss on compatibility. We have show and tell of MicroProfile compatibility choices. Ryan or Amelia, do you want to say anything on this? I believe this is
So I
your
can
way.
hop in on here. So I made at least with the 5 versions we have. If you go farther down, there's going to be a link.
This one?
Or I can share my screen, whatever is best for you. Yeah, you can do it.
Open it.
Perfect. And I set up in a template way where it showed how the logo may be used on different websites.
So
different
sorry about
sizes.
this. Can it be larger? They're very small, so we need to enlarge the.
It's on the
Okay.
bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So it just shows multiple sizes, a 1 color and a full color, and how they could be used on different websites or like examples. So you kind of understand the scalability of the logo. You can they just follow the exact same template, so it's fair, and everyone can see how it possibly will be used. It's a little small, but I think it's just to get the point across so people see or kind of understand if it's scalable or not.
Okay, so this is pretty good, like checking on the actual website samples. I'm not a designer, so that's why I really like it. because I struggle with things like this. So yeah.
So
So
since it's not a designer, normally it would be not a community thing when you're picking a logo, but more of like the person's professional opinion and then the owner of a company.
definitely.
So this tries to help someone doesn't maybe have a design eye or not feeling comfortable about their design skill sets. They can see how things work.
I like this one. Yeah.
That one's sadly maybe the only non-scalable one because it can't do a one color
Okay.
because of the little tack.
So you are looking to get some feedback from all of us, right?
So that's the question. Do we do feedback or do we just go straight to a vote? It's been going on for a while. I put that last one in there because I think people should see it. He worked on it.
Mhm.
Is it scalable on a level for a website? I think I would have to redraw it if it was selected. It's a bit tricky because it has multiple shades in like the pin. So if someone wanted just a one color, or say you wanted to print this sooner or later as a one color at a conference or something, it won't. But could we get around it if everyone loved it? I could maybe figure a way how to scale it or improve it in that way later.
Okay. Anyone wants to add to this? Like, do we
I-
go for vote or we wait for feedback?
It's not a vote here.
Not here. no.
Ryan, it's not here. So
I know.
Ryan,
Going on the community call tomorrow, we talk about it and then we give the link to everyone to be able to vote and then we tweet it out.
Yeah,
The similar way we did with, what was it?
we did this with the MicroProfile logo in the summer.
Logo itself. That's right. Yeah.
In the summer of 2017, and we did it with the Jakarta logo in 2018. So we have done it for different groups. Ryan, you did a fantastic job with the templates and then adding the review and adjusting. It was not even a review. I have to say, from my side, we have 5 different contents, like vendors and a contributor submitted logos. We don't have the Atlanta Jack logo because it cuts the ticket is still open, but it cuts the MicroProfile.
It goes against our branding manual pretty much.
Yeah.
You're in this one. I don't have it on me right now. I could show you. The issue was that it was using the MicroProfile mark, the M, but distorting it by combining it with another, 2 of them. So it's kind of against the branding code.
Correct. So that is the only design submitted that did not work in the level of adding all the examples so that everyone, what is going to follow is we need to go into each ticket and add the show and tell into those tickets so that the submitter sees how it looked. And then tomorrow,
or we just link him to this, to all of them to this.
Oh yeah. Like what I mean is like add the link, Ryan, add the link to each ticket, move on. We don't close them, but.
Well, you could just link them to the ticket it's sitting in already.
Yes, but the thing is that not everyone is added as a watcher into the repos. And if we comment with a link into the exact issue,
Sure.
that individual will get to see it. And we'll be like, oh, cool, we're moving forward on this, right?
Okay.
So Neha, tomorrow, there are 2 topics, the budget and then this. The goal is for us, we can use any kind of survey, like not a survey, but a doodle poll on 1, 2, 3. I will always say doodle poll and go choose, or we can do what we did for 2017 when people voted through the through the community forum, and then you said number 1, number 2, like that. It gets into the community. The decision is, and the discussion is, do we keep it only for the community? It would be public, but if you are not a member or whatever, your voice. So John, you were there, like we need to talk about this, and I think this is not the call for this. I think we need to really discuss it.
Okay, we can set up another call to talk about this.
The logistics, but We have
Sure.
everything now. And next Monday, we have the working group call, and I recommend we use it to discuss this because it's just implementation. Tomorrow we show and tell and say, we are ready for the vote. And are you happy with this? Or do you believe that we should remove one of them? And which one should we remove and things like that? And then we go into the logistics on how to. But the show and tell needs to happen in the community call.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's move on to the next one, which is website compatible products page 529. Amelia, do you want to say anything on this one? I guess we have documented the process. So,
and this one we're going to be super quick. Sometime in Q3, we will need to create a compatible page. And it's going to be simple because we have done the work for Jakarta. So the ticket is created, and I think John also created a ticket about compatibility. And the example is, the history is like this. With Bill Shannon, we, Tommy Tribe, created or drafted what you see in the Jakarta website. We chose tooling that is open source, and the Jakarta website can be adjusted via PRs, and any member of the community can submit PRs for review and adjust it. The current feel and look has been updated, was updated last year with EE9, and it's pretty much, we have created the template with the latest updates happening with announcements and all these things. And all of it, all that kind of work can be brought into the MicroProfile site because we have done already the work. This is not about stealing from Jakarta. We are the people behind it. And I really miss Bill because he was so happy to do something that is open source and really community friendly. Though the Jakarta website is pretty much managed by the infra of the Eclipse Foundation, that team is amazing to work with. However, a PR there can take you up to 8 to 9 months to merge because of how the ownership works. With the MicroProfile site, pretty much Ryan has been behind it with a few other people in the back end. And Ryan, you can say how easy it is for us to adjust things once it gets approved, right? You can go into details, like you have been behind Jakarta as
it's
well.
all based. Well, certain parts of the website are easier than others, but the main part of the website is very easy. It's just it's WordPress based, and it's just a couple clicks and easy to adjust.
Yeah, and
I could probably make that
So-
the example of this page in like an hour or two.
So what is the, like, is there a deadline for this
No.
task? That there's no deadline, right?
there is no deadline. And like Ryan said, it will take him an hour to do because we already did the work for the Jakarta site. We created the template that you see that has been revamped. Cesar, you are behind that help too. Many different drivers are behind this, from front end to back end and all this stuff. The code is there, so super easy for us to own it. We're happy to lead the way because we have done it in the past. The thing is,
Well, the code doesn't carry over to our website, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
help us too much. So
yeah,
So
but
this
Mhm.
can be like a first task for an open source developer, like pick it up and do it, isn't it?
for this side, I think Ryan can create a template for the compatibility. But what the first thing we need that is simple, John created a ticket and it's about putting our the MicroProfile specification process as a page, right? But for that, we need an outline, right? So I recommend we create a Google Doc like we did for Jakarta, and then we go into what we would like in this page. Because when we created the website for Jakarta, we created a skeleton of all the components. And then at that point, everything was done privately via the marketing committee. So we use, well, Bill and Tommy Tribe used a Google Drive that was shared with the marketing committee. And then we said X, Y, and Z. And then they provided a review before we implemented what you see today.
Okay.
So we should do the same.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I've added this comments and we'll go about it. Okay, the next one is MicroProfile Working Group Forum email. The MicroProfile trademark and compatibility tracking spreadsheet provides this spreadsheet. the document is responsible for MicroProfile working group and EMO. So a few items require further discussion. So do we need any another separate meeting, which I think we might be going into?
No, no
Oh,
different
yeah.
meeting. No
Okay.
meetings. We're one mark. We are only waiting at the moment for the compatibility logo to this is the Excel sheet that was created by Paul as part of the EMO. And in it, we have Git issues associated with any task. And then there is a status, action, and how each member, the Eclipse Foundation or the working group, are responsible or not from it. If you have any questions on it, only the steering committee has access to the document to actually comment and modify it. But if there are any modifications, please use the working group thread or a new thread to say, I have adjusted X and this is why. Or use it, my preference when we talked with Paul 2 weeks ago is that we said that we will use comments, pull him in and say X, Y, and Z. Like you can see, I already worked with Paul since last week, and we have deleted what Ed said, row 16, trademarks, digital signature. We don't want that. And then instead of deleting it, what is trashing it so that it creates tracing. And then I added MicroProfile working group responsibility, and I explained to Paul why, right? And there are a few other items that we need to tackle under ongoing support, because it means anything that is under ongoing support means that MicroProfile needs to pay the Eclipse Foundation for that service. And I recommend that as much as possible, we own most of the work so that the money stays within the community and not by paying services, right? So whatever we can push forward and own, we should do so, right?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's a good one. So any more comments on that here? Should I add something or we are good for this now? Okay, I'll move on to the next.
Just by the way, I think it was referenced a couple of times where I'm not necessarily recommending that we provide a web page for the specification process. I think we can just link to the existing rendered ASCII doc that's in GitHub. So I think all we need is a link.
Oh, okay.
To the spec process.
So John, even easier, we have the link in the working group page, but not in, and we have the link, but it's hidden under a specification.
Oh.
So Niha, can you go into the website? I will show you, John, where it is. It's right, it has been there since November last year, or whenever we created the page.
The MicroProfile website?
Yeah, go into the, and thank you so much, Niha. Go into working group.
Working group.
And then go down. I will show you, John. And I think we just need to make it more obvious. You go sit here, release guideline. So instead of release guideline, we can call it something else. Here, it's already in the system.
Click on it.
Click on the specification process. That's the first document. And I will write on this document on the website so everyone can see it because it's hidden.
Well, I don't think we need to. I think we just need to link to the ASCII doc, the rendered ASCII doc in GitHub.
Okay, can you do that or do you need help with that?
I mean, well, I can't do it because I can't modify the page, the actual website, but it's just, hold on, I think I provided it.
And explain it and I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I think it's in the ticket.
Actually,
so
John,
yeah, if you go, sorry, if you go to the issue 528 and you click on the link, you'll see the rendered ASCII doc.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. So yeah, 528.
Sorry, I was trying to get the link.
Yeah.
528.
All right, now click. No, hold on. That's Jakarta. That's not MicroProfile. You're on the wrong repo.
Sorry. My bad. This is 528, right?
Correct. Now click on the MicroProfile specification highlighted link. There you go. Click on
Okay.
that, and it should render to ASCII doc. I thought it rendered to ASCII doc. Maybe I have a plugin installed. I bet you that's the problem. I have a plugin installed that automatically renders ASCII doc.
And John, I want to remind you that you do have access to adjust anything on the MicroProfile website. You are one of the admins. So when you said you don't have access, that's wrong. That is incorrect.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to call me out on that.
Of course I'm going to call you on it. You know this. You can say, I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't do X.
Yeah.
You just say, I don't want to do it. I need someone else to do it. Just own
No, I
it.
kind of realized it after I said it, and we were walking
Exactly.
through this. But
You're
anyway,
exactly. Mhm.
yeah. So since it's I think it's a browser plugin I have that's rendering it. For some reason, I thought it was actually I thought GitHub auto rendered to ASCII doc somehow. I'll have to find the link. Maybe what I'll do is I'll update the ticket with a new link.
Okay, so let's move
So
on.
I'll take a look at it. All right, thanks.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, we have a few items to cover. So I just want to go to next one, which is 529, add MPSP link to working group page. Emilia, John, is this the same one we were discussing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I am sorry. I just,
In the worst case, we had to add a build step, so the rendered document is generated from the ASCII doc for the website. But I think the ASCII doc original is readable too. It's not that complex.
yeah, usually ASCII doc usually comes up easily. I don't know why it wasn't coming. Not really an expert on that. Anyways, let's move on to another part, which is articles and blog post. We have a blog on MicroProfile 5-year anniversary, which is 27th of June, less than a week. So publication is done a week before deadline. So any updates on this blog? Is it out?
No, it's not out. And I will think I might have to write it on my own.
Okay.
If anyone, like I created the skeleton. Can you open it, please?
Yeah.
The thing is that we never write anything on the big days, like anniversaries. I think we did it the first year.
Oh, you need the first one? This was request for testimonials.
No, that is testimonials. It needs to be into the draft. Do you see it in the ticket?
Oh, let me.
Blog outline, the outline. Do you see the outline?
Oh, I opened this one before. I thought you
Yes.
were looking for something else.
No, it's that
Okay.
one. So there are different parts on it.
Mhm.
And a while back, like a month ago, we decided, a little bit over a month ago, we decided it would be a good idea to have the blog go out, even though the only one we have written as a community has been the first one. And Emily, oh, nice. I haven't seen this, but Emily went into that. So I need to go in there and review it because I created the outline, provided all the context, and then Emily and I will work on it. So if you're here, this is actually public edits. Go in there, help us make something that, or whatever you are learning, that is actually true. And we do need to have it be ready by Sunday. We can schedule it, hopefully with Ryan's help, if we get all of it done via the tickets. So please go in there and provide comments or feedback and make it better.
Okay, so everyone can review and add anything, any feedbacks here. It's open to public, so please do that. And let me close this one. Let's move on to documentation tasks. So yeah, I'm working on the documentation. I've added a few things which I've learned from my month so far, and I have to create a PR, which I will do it this week for sure. That's my deadline. I also spoke to Rustam if he wants to come back in next month, and I may have to pull him. So you might see him again. So let's continue with the Zoom admin for marketing calls. Is Debbie here, or John, do you want to update anything on this? Zoom admin for marketing calls. There's a document in progress.
I don't know. I gave the information to Emily already. So she's got that. I've updated this.
Okay. See a lot of changes here. Yeah.
So John, let me go in here. Sorry to interject, Neha. Let me go in here. John did a fantastic job with Emily now has access to internal Zoom. So there are 3 different microprofilers who can help, like not only create events on behalf of MicroProfile, but actually export the recordings from the APIs into the YouTube and all these things that shouldn't be only falling into John's lap. Now Emily has decided that she wants to help. So especially on the side of APIs, she will be the one to be assigned those tickets, to be like, hey, Emily, do this. And like that, John can take vacation, Emily can take vacation, and then there's one person more, right, John? That was the goal. The other thing is, Debbie is not able to join this course this month. We don't go into details. However, Neha, in the tickets, I did say that if she couldn't, please to delegate to maybe to you. So is it possible for you to review what my additions? And if you have questions, just say, hey, what about X and Y, make it better. And then once this is completed, also let's submit a PR. This document lives under the working group repo, not the marketing repo, because this one is Zoom for the entire working group, right?
Okay.
So once this is done, because I think it's close to done, just let's finalize it, and future improvements will be done via PRs. We just move it, and hopefully we're done this week to document. So that will be with your help if you are able to do so.
Sure, we can do that. Anyways, I have to add another page, so we can do this together.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we move on, we have a few more ballpark items anyone wants to talk about, please let me know. Other than that, now we have social media tasks, which is MicroProfile program plan slide deck. I know Tatiana is not here, neither Rustam. Amelia, do you have any updates or?
Ryan has updates.
Okay, Ryan, do you want to say something?
This one's Ryan.
Can you open this one so I know which
Sure.
one?
Let me open this. This is from the working group.
And just go all the way to the bottom. I think I replied to it today. Yeah, it's all done.
Is it done? Okay.
There was a couple of these tasks I did today and they all blended together. So.
And Ryan, thank you so much for saying you were not assigned. Yes, you were not assigned because only committers can assign tickets, and these ones live under the working group. And I forgot, because they are like, there is one thing that you have a problem right now, like one ticket. Can you pull me into the tickets? Like you need a review or something. I think everything has been reviewed and approved. But if there is anything
missing, but the ticket is like 9 miles long, and you guys, I don't want to read the whole thing to find out what the final information and final content is. So on a long chat that I wasn't involved in, it's always good to recap what was the final agreement at the bottom. And once that's there and approved, I wrote it in the ticket, I'll send it all out.
Okay, and you already wrote it in the gift tickets, correct?
Yeah, it's all in the ticket.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so then we have maybe one left.
Yeah, I can close this one actually. So yeah, the next one is awareness of the Spanish plan version via MicroProfile Twitter.
All of it is done, yeah. I think it might be that one. That one was very long because we use it for Russian translation, English translation, and it went really long.
So, yeah, that would be the one.
Yeah, that is the one, because with Emerson, who is amazing, we created a bunch of things. We did all of it in Spanish, Russian, and English, and then the same translation is being used for the message in the draft. So yeah, Ryan, I will take care of that immediately after tomorrow. By the time you get up, you will have it, and we can close this section.
Sounds good.
And thank you so much. Really, you were like, I don't see these tickets. Of course you don't. You are not assigned to them.
So this is to be reviewed, and then we can quickly close this up.
All of the other ones are closed.
Yeah, this one I marked. I'll move them to closed. Oh, this, do you mean the other ones here? The branding resources?
All of them are done.
Oh, okay.
all of
I'll update them. Okay,
I
then.
think only one is problematic, the Spanish one, because it's used to do everything else.
Oh, okay.
And
So rest of
One
them are.
issue with Hootsuite still is that I cannot get it to connect with Facebook. So I wrote Hootsuite to figure out what's my issue, and then that should be fixed this week. So
Oh, you're not connecting with Facebook? I thought it was LinkedIn.
no, LinkedIn is all for some reason worked just fine.
Okay, so then we can close the other tickets except Facebook.
Pretty much. I didn't know there's separate ones for each one.
Yeah, there were separates because one was for me to create Hootsuite and provide you and Tatiana with access. The other one is each meeting. So we need to close everything except Facebook.
Yeah, I think I'll add it specifically for Facebook here, so
Mhm.
that once we get the update, we'll close this.
Yeah.
LinkedIn one is completed, so I'll close it.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next set of items we have on the website. So add MPSP link to working group page.
John is on it.
John is already working on it. Okay, then creating a single link for quotes rotation. The goal is to create a single link to highlight the current and future microprofile quotes. Tommy Tribe agrees to own the research and implementation. So Amelia, do you want to say something on this one?
This is Ryan.
So this is done.
Mhm. Ryan, can you update us on this? What are you waiting on this one? It's done, right?
Am I still assigned to this one? Yeah. Which one is this? Sorry. Creating a single link.
For quick quotes, microprofile quotes, we need a single link that we can share.
Yeah, I did this and I thought I put in the ticket and it was done. Is there another ticket that's similar to this one?
No, that is done. But then I haven't seen the media push via social media to say these are what microprofilers are saying, and we need that item. And I think there is a ticket for that one.
If there is, I'll take a look. I didn't see one.
Yeah, but that is closed. This one is done, Tatiana. Que diga, Neha. This one is
Okay.
done. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Mhm.
We will close it. Okay. So next one is use quotes template design use when sharing the word in the street about microprofile. So
That's
this
the
is
one. Yeah, Ryan, this is the one that needs to have like a template, not a template, but the description. And if I didn't write the description, let me know.
You
and
did,
we'll-
I believe. Can you go to the bottom? I think I replied to this and yeah.
Oh, you did 12 days ago. I missed it. You just need the template. Yes, you follow up 12 days ago and we missed it. Okay,
This is fun. Okay, so whenever it's there, I'll get it done.
I will send it today so we're done with this. This is minutia. It's super easy to complete. Thank you, Ryan. You're
Yeah.
like awesome, like ninja. Awesome. I have a question here. We have Istanbul Jag with us. I see, or he was with us a moment ago, and it's a little bit late there. I wanted to say hello, but go ahead, Neha.
okay. I thought we want to welcome someone. Okay, we'll continue. If someone comes back, we'll say hello. Okay, so compatible products page 529. Did we discuss this already?
Yes, we did.
This is the one. Oh yeah, this is the one with Jakarta type page. Okay, so the other one is RSS subscribe button, automatic email notification. So I thought we discussed a solution for this one, right? So WordPress plugin. Tatiana mentioned she's not here. Amelia, do you know anything? We want to create
Ryan.
this.
No, I wasn't involved in this. There's discussion about a WordPress plugin, but I wasn't really in the discussion, so I didn't know who was pushing this forward. What is it's for signing up for a possible newsletter? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, like I think the idea is that we should activate, based on the discussion like 2 months ago, I believe, we're not going to create a subscription letter. No, we're not going to create an e-letter that goes once a month or once a quarter until we know there is interest. So many of you said that it would be a good idea to create something where we individuals can subscribe and gain momentum. When a new blog is added into the WordPress content, this subscriber will get a notification saying this blog has been added. Is there something that we can do in such a way that is automatic and doesn't require a human to tackle it? And if it's something that we can do automatic, we should do it. And Ryan, this is something that we have
I
not
have
really.
no idea. I mean, I'm sure there's an automatic way. Does it cost money? And is there overhead on the
money
back
to-
end to get it set up? I don't know. So, I mean, I'll take a look at the plugin, but
Let us know. Mhm.
lots of plugins aren't really just plugins. There's a lot of backend setup too. So I'll take a look.
And there is no rush. This is something like we should look into it, and there's no rush, no priority, but it would be nice. Yeah, I have no idea what others think. Do you believe that if you cared about MicroProfile and you want content, that receiving those emails saying this is a new blog from the community, will it be valuable to you as a technical user or adapter?
This will actually be a good idea. So based on how many subscriptions we receive, we can actually, gauge how many users want to get a newsletter or maybe get updates on MicroProfile. So we can actually, plan out if we want to have in future maybe a newsletter, or it's always a good idea to get emails when you have a new blog, which may come useful to us. Yeah.
Mhm. And we
So-
can check the stats like 6 months or a year from now. Like we can always check and see
Yeah.
where we are every quarter. And if there are enough bandwidth and interest, then we can figure out, hey, let's do a template about what happened this quarter. And that will be easy. But creating like everyone said, Ed mentioned, it's really hard to maintain an e-letter that is valuable. Noise is bothersome and really lacks anything in technology. Like just doing something because you exist is not enough. Are you providing value? And if so, how so? You see, like I do personally, I do detest clamoring nonsense. So we just keep it simple. So Ryan, maybe check into the tickets, no rush on this. If you want to create a new ticket so that you can own it and say, this is what my findings, so be it, up to you.
We can keep it all here. That's fine. I'll take a look probably next week.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so thanks. Now we do have like a bunch of swag tickets. Like thanks Amelia for offering us t-shirts. So we are these are the tickets we have opened here. So I don't think we need to go into each one to just check. That's all okay. So the last thing we have on the agenda, we good on time, that CN4J Alliance joint message. There's a Git issue, there's a presentation here. Let me open this up. Anyone wants, Amelia, do you want to talk about this? Or
John is here.
okay. John, any comments on that? Let me open the presentation.
Sorry, you caught me off guard. I just finished editing the the Zoom admin doc and
Look
updated
at
the comments saying
screen.
it's done. Yeah, I see the screen.
Yeah.
Like I said, if someone wants to take it over, take it over.
Okay.
I've made my comments, and I took a crack at it. So if someone else wants to kind of own this, go for it.
So John, like I like that, we cannot adjust. Hold on, everything is done except the last two pages.
Oh, these ones?
Yes. So the original, and then we created two extras because many of us feel that the differentiation is important. My recommendation to John is for us to finish this, we need to have a special call. We have to have a special call and be like, do we leave this here? Many of us feel that it's necessary to leave the two, not withdrawn, but to actually leave what currently is, but modify a little bit, and then submit this for a vote for the two committees, the Jakarta and the MicroProfile committee, and then publish this in our websites and move forward.
Yeah, I did chat with Will about it, and he was trying to line up calendars where Will and I are both there, since he was on PTO and I had a little bit of time off. So, and since we kind of co-manage the CN4J stuff, so I'll chat with Will again to see. I think next week is an off week for the steering committee meeting, the Jakarta, and we could probably have the CN4J during that.
Mm-hmm. And John, I think it's super simple because what you and I do not know if Scott helped you this time as well. It's close to what it is. We can just adjust a few things and then move forward. But I do believe
from our side, that's not necessarily everybody's opinion. So
I know this is why we need to, every conversation is a negotiation, right?
I don't mean to say our side. I mean, even within MicroProfile, there is an agreement.
Right.
Our side, meaning you and I both kind of agree that it should be there, but not everybody does.
Yeah.
So
Red Hat, Tommy Tribe, let's do this like this. We're like,
well, I just want to move it forward, to be honest.
Yes.
At this point.
Let's just close it because this has happened since March 15th, and it cannot be that we go and spill into Q3 with the same message.
I agree.
And we need to close it. So the call is to close it. That means finalize it and move forward. And if we do that before the middle of July, that's a win. But if we go into August, that's just poor standards onto how the two groups are working together. Indeed.
All right. So like I said, I'll chat with Will and see if we can get something set up for next Tuesday.
Okay. I think this is the most important thing because initially when I joined MicroProfile, even I was confused, like what is the difference between Jakarta, EE and MicroProfile? So for people like me, this might come helpful. Okay.
Yeah, just make sure you join the CN4J list, and the meeting will be posted there, but I also kind of cross-post it to the MicroProfile Google group as well.
Sure, we'll do that. Okay, so we have good time actually. Anyone wants to bring up anything from the ballpark task? So here's your chance. Otherwise, I'll decide to just quickly summarize the two tasks that we have chosen for the community meeting. So we'll just quickly go over it. Last call. Okay. So we'll discuss tomorrow in the community call about the MicroProfile working group steering call on the budget. So that's the important topmost priority on the agenda. And the other one is the MicroProfile compatibility choices. So any feedback on that, we'll call it to everyone if anyone wants to discuss. Is there anything else that we want to talk about in the community call?
That is up to you, Neha. After this two, personally, I don't see anything else, but I wonder if Ed, do you have anything else? You were here, but very quiet right now because some of us use most of the air, but what do you think?
I think that's okay. I can't think of anything else.
John?
Nope.
Okay.
And Neha, when we talk about the compatibility, always say design, because compatible can say so many things. We're choosing the logo for the compatible design logo. That is not the same as the member logo. There are so many different items. This one is very important to us.
Yep. So I'll be targeting the question directly to give feedback on this one. So that's where people can be.
We want feedback on this. It's understood. If you had no idea about design, will you be able to vote? Can this scale? Do you see how you could use it? Your companies, community.
Definitely.
So, all right. And Ryan will be there as well. And it's nice. My recommendation is that you always introduce the designer behind it. Clearly the community have provided feedback and Ryan doesn't work alone, but pretty much he will be the most equipped to say, this is the idea behind this. This is why it was created. In Jakarta, we were not able to create this because of the privacy of how it works. And that, you see, it's just a totally different story. Here, we're bringing all of it to the front so the community gets educated. And I think that is valuable. And thankfully, Ryan is super patient and he's super clear on explaining it. Right, Ryan?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think he's pretty good. So yeah, I'll talk about that as well. So I'll keep those things in mind. And I think these are the two important issues for me also to talk about in tomorrow's call. So we are good with that. If anyone has anything else, we have 7 minutes to spare. So I think we can get some coffee or a break. Meanwhile, if everybody's good, have a
Some note, tomorrow is the General Assembly of Eclipse Foundation ESBL. So it starts, I think, 5 hours earlier. So it should be finished then, but it might interfere the Jakarta E call.
The 8 in the morning, you mean, the platform?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have, you attend that call and this call as well, like the community. Well, if we don't see you, we already know. You don't have to say anything, Jan. You can say apologies during X if you want to. Oh, we can go, Neha, but you see in the schedule and responsibilities, my recommendation is you always open it. There are a few months that are still open for grabs. And usually this section should be added into your show and tell and the ticket, not a ticket, and say these are the months, September and November currently, and anyone can own them. So we should be enabling, I don't say Ed, but Ed could own it. Maybe someone else that wants to know how this works.
So I was thinking, is it possible to send out a tweet? I was going to send out a tweet, but I thought, should I follow a format or a design logo, or I just usually when I tweet, I just write things which I feel like,
it's your voice, you are doing the work, it's your voice leading, and you have 2 months in. Anyone, you can say, I am a steward for this group for 2 months. If you want to learn about MicroProfile, come join me co-hosting. I will be your mentor and learn from you with you. That's it. You can do, you're so nice on doing these things. You can do whatever you want, and then MicroProfile will retweet you, because that is what it matters. It matters. You are doing the work, and how do you get the help? And it's not only your responsibility, but those ones behind doing the work should be the ones speaking as to why they care and matters and how they can help others also become also doers.
Sure. And the way we are working, like Rustam helped, Tatiana helped a lot. And, we are kind of simplifying the process. So now you see that we have been able to finish the call on time, thanks to Tatiana and Amelia. We created a ballpark items as well. So we don't have to go through each and every item, but we talk about the top most important items and we finish the call on time. So that's been helpful. And anyone who's new, they don't have to be like an expert on anything. Like I'm not a Scrum Master or any sort of like organizing expert, but I'm a developer and I am learning to be more organized here and being able to talk. So it's open to anyone and anyone can come and join us. So yeah.
And for example, we could have finished this 10 minutes ago, but we're still talking. John, you are here. If you wanted to say, hey, I wanted to give it a try and I want to be with you, Neha, in July, or maybe I want to do it in September and just go, or August with Debbie or something. Anyone can join and co-host on being like, I will help. Tatiana is not here and she's co-hosting this month with Neha, but I am doing it today, right? Like letting people in and all these things. Please, just say, I want to try it. Doesn't matter if you don't know anything about it. That is how we learn.
It gets easier when you have someone else with you so that you don't feel that much burdened at all. So yeah, I definitely agree. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. I think we are at the end of our meeting. Thank you so much for everyone attending here. So I'll just save the recording.